Bhagwat and others lose their Twitter blue ticks after Mr. Naidu. Hello and welcome to Inventiva. This is Palak Yadav presenting to you today's big news. 5 senior functionaries of the ruling BJP's ideological mentor, Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh, have lost their blue tick verification badges on Twitter shortly after similar action against the personal account of Vice President Venkaiah Naidu that was overturned on Saturday. RSS chief Mohan Bhagwat, his colleagues Suresh Soni, Arun Kumar, Suresh Joshi and Krishna Kumar were among the accounts that lost the verification badges according to the sources in the right-wing volunteer organization. The blue tick purge has set up a new flashpoint between the government and Twitter, who have been in an escalating standoff since the social media company classified certain posts by a few BJP leaders targeting the opposition Congress as manipulated. Mr. Naidu's blue tick was restored within a few hours, reportedly, when objections were raised by the Vice President's office. The Ministry of Electronics and IT is likely to issue notice to Twitter asking why this was done without prior intimation. This is a concept of a constitutional post. Twitter wants to test India's patience, that's what government sources said. Like Mr. Naidu, the verification badges for the RSS functionaries were dropped for inactivity amid a recent revival of the verification process after a pause of few years that has seen Twitter review verified accounts and withdraw blue badges from inactive ones. Twitter's rule says that if you have not logged in for the past 6 months, the account will be considered inactive and verification status will be withdrawn. All the RSS leaders had not tweeted anything in a while. Their accounts were created to avoid impersonation, said a source in the RSS. Twitter had confirmed the policy earlier in the day when asked about the move in Venkaiah Naidu's personal account, saying it had been inactive since 2020 and no one had logged in the last 6 months. Government sources, however, called it an outrageous act against the number 2 constitutional head of the country. They pointed out that the accounts of former Union Minister Arun Jaitley and Sushma Swaraj had stayed verified long after their death in 2019. The stance signaled a further deterioration in ties between the government and Twitter, who have clashed over a range of issues, including its stand on new digital rules for social media sites and the discrediting of BJP leaders' tweets.